Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu asrafil anbiya wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka anta alimul hakim. Rabbi syrli sudri wa yassirli amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Firstly, I'd like to say thankfulness to the Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the Super Creator, on His big blessing, on His big mercy towards what He gives in our life, even how small the sustenance we got all these things from the Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and we have to say, feel of gratitude to the Super Creator, even how small, when sometimes we never expecting that comes to our life. You have to feel of gratitude to the Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. I'm gonna share with you one of the simple story what I was experiencing, in my participations in a great competitions, and that's the first times I seriously involved in the World Masters Athletic Meet competitions. It was held in Western Australia, located in a nice and a grand stadiums. The venue is very beautiful, and it's first time also I participated in international Masters Meet actually. So these competitions, I got informations from my groups, the Masters Athletics of Sabah. We called it the Summers Clubs. And the first times we ran our meeting, and I was attending actually the meetings held in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, in Likas Complex Stadiums located in Kota Kinabalu. And before that, I have no idea actually about, even though I Google's internet, where actually the next World Masters meets will be held. And before that, there are some information I already had from all my friends that if you just meet or participated in a local competition, for them it's not really enough. Yet you have to involve in international meets where we can meet all the contender from all the world, not just in ASEAN continents, but also you can meet from the Europeans, in States, the United States of America and the North America. And of course, for these times, we can actually going to participate in the World Masters Meet. And he was lucky that competitions to be held in Perth, Australia, Western Australia, where the distance, if you look at the world map, not very far actually from Malaysia. So this is a great times for all the Malaysian athletes, especially the Masters group, if they really want to enhance their contributions as Masters athletes for the nations, for the Malaysian country. So these times everybody have a big chance big opportunity, to go, and you can save lots of money actually in terms of flight, because you have just travels maybe around 5 to 6 hours, from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia to Perth, Australia. The only one we have to think that we can find the funds to make sure all the accommodation and transportations. Instead, the food also must be provided by athletes respectively. So I'm talking my own specialties, especially the funds where I should get, and I was told by the presidents of the SAMAS athletes that for these times the Minister of Sport and Youth willing to inject little funds and assist our teams, our delegations going to Perth, Australia, and hopefully the funds will be injected before we leaving, to allow us, to settle all the commitments, while we reach in that country, especially the accommodation and the foods also. I feel so really great, when our friends told that this competition is quite big. As they said, it's like second Olympic meet. The only one that maybe will not include all the games, such football and all kind of game. The athletic meet will be held in this competition. So everyone have to focus, and of course those participated in these competitions, most of them are runner, a player, and a jumper, and of course a thrower also. So on the first meeting we held in Kota Kinabalu, everything was told that we need to prepare before we're leaving, going to participate in that competition. In terms of training, have to be enhanced, and everyone have to set their own program in their district respectively. We cannot get also, but if you have enough time to come over to Kuala Lumpur, to Kota Kinabalu, so we may sometimes can gather and everybody can say their own program training together, and of course we feel some more encouraged to do the training the same venue, and everybody feel very, very energetic doing the sport on the track and the field also. So I told the management that I intend to participate in 2 events, only the 100 and 200 meter sprinting. As usual, that I always participated in 4 events, includes the 2 field events such as shot put and javelin, sometimes discus, but for this time maybe I will concentrate to doing the presentations, my presentation in 100 and 200 meters only, because the management says that for these times you have to prepare a little bit amount for the registration. They cannot just send empty forms to the organizer, otherwise you have to includes together the amount of money, to allow you to participate. And they said it's the registration fee and have to be taken place. Everybody have to pay. No one of us, will be exempted, or without pay the registration fee. Then you go and participate. That's the rules given by their organizer, to our presidents throughout the email. So everyone's given 2 weeks before we meet again, and bring all the resume, and have to be submitted and have to be fulfilled first. Includes the photo and also the money before they submit to the organizer in Perth. As for me, I feel really exciting also, to join the team. As before, as the president says that he was participating in 2 or 3 WMA before it was held in June, and at the other continents, maybe in Brazil or in United States or in Canada. So far I have no idea about that, and this is the first time I heard from them that those really to show their performance in international level meet, this is the right time to go. They say, of course, for me, I like also to show how actually my performance in my event, especially in the 100 meter. So the meetings held not so long. So after finished the meeting, so we have just given 1 or 2 weeks. That's all the resume must be completed, and have done well. And I have submitted everything what they wanted me to do, and the only ones I just continue my training. So I said I will preparing, enhance my performance at my district only. Maybe training with school boys, or maybe some people who are training in that stadium. So I will joining them, to do my own training there. So after all the resume and all the documents prepared, and we are submitted to the management of SAMAS as they wanted us to do, and all this resume will be sent directly to the organizers, either through email or by postal. Includes the registration's payment also must be included also during that time. So I was extended this story to the assemblymen, share with them, hopefully they able to access even little amount of money, to allow me to participate in the big competition. I'm not really easy actually going there if you just have a little amount of money in pocket. You have to think about accommodation, you have to think about food, in terms of your transportation between the city going to the venue. Also you have to provide money for that. And I was told that the cost of living in Perth is quite expensive, and they was using their like a US currency, and of course we as Malaysians of course feel very difficult actually to buy their money. So once I extended the story, two of my friends that they was proposed to me that who knows our assemblymen willing to assist. You have to speak to them directly that you're having difficulties to subsidize all your needs, and if you going to participate in that competition. But luckily one of the assemblymen willing to subsidize, not really much, just 1,000 Malaysia. And of course I feel really, really grateful to the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not because of this man's hard for me also to subsidize. In fact, I got my own capital to go, but not really much, a little bit, but I need extra fund from anybody actually to go. I know it's not easy actually once you travel to the new country, and of course the currency is quite high. You're getting a big trouble actually. Otherwise you have to stay maybe a few days, few nights. But for that time we extended our night till 10 nights. It's quite a lengthy time, and all my money was running out. I just left a little bit back to Malaysia during that time. So what actually the sad story I was experiencing the competition, not our traveling, not our journey. Of course the journey also feel like I'm nearly getting disappointed, because I thought I was joining our team, fly together at the same flight and touch down at the same time. But because of a little bit misunderstanding, I was assuming the wrong time. I thought I was booked same time with them, but the difference is around 6 hours. So when I flew from Kota Kinabalu to Kuala Lumpur, arrived in Kuala Lumpur around 10 o'clock p.m. at midnight, and I was waiting another 2 hours before flew again to Perth, Australia. And I'm nearly missing the flight because that airport during that time was done little renovation, and feel hard for everyone to find where to get going to international flight. Like I arrived around 10 something. It was delayed I think 15 to 20 minutes from Kota Kinabalu, flew to Kuala Lumpur. During that time we bounced around 7 and arrived I think 10 something already in Kuala Lumpur. So I feel really, really unstable during that times when I carrying lots of belonging from the terminal going to the international gate, bounce to Australia. But actually when arrived there, still have around 20 minutes before we flew to Perth, Australia. I was lucky because I still able to fly. If not, maybe I lost 1,600 for the ticket, and hard for me to buy again. And arrived in Perth International Airport around 6 o'clock. So we took approximately 5 hours and 50 minutes, close to 6 hours, from Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur, we flew around 12:05 or 12:10, so it's already morning. And I was told also that flight take around 5 to 6 hours, from Kuala Lumpur to Perth. And I thought I able, to walk together, or maybe ride the bus together with several Malaysian athletes. But when I arrived in Perth, I saw nothing. There's no any Malaysian already there. In fact, they arrived earlier 6 or 7 hours than me. So when I arrived there, actually I was traveling alone. But it's okay for me also. It's nice experience traveling alone without friends. You can handling, and you can go anytime, anyway. And of course, everything you have to depending on yourself only. But I'm not having trouble, to communicate with Australian people, because I have met before the Australian, and of course we're having the little difficulties, when I communicate with them, because the way they pronounce the accent very different, but we still can understand them. Otherwise, you meet original local people. Maybe the way they pronounce the English very difficult for you to understand. So when I arrived at the airport, the first things I have done, I bought the SIM card, of the phone first, because the things must be provided before you're going to the city. You can actually buy the SIM card in the city also, but it's good also if you provide it first once you arrive in the airport. And I just bought around, if I'm not mistaken, it's around 20 something dollars. Not really expensive, but what actually makes the SIMs really, really wonderful for you. Imagine, so within 10 nights, 10 days, stay in Perth. I cannot finish the load, even the mobile data, it was included also. Once you buy the SIM, it was included also the internet, the mobile data, enough for 10 days. I cannot finish that until time, return back to Malaysia. And what makes the internet so wonderful also in Australia, the internet's running fast, very, very fast. So you have no problem, in download or send anything. It's very, very fast. So that's really, really wonderful actually in Australia. Compared to Malaysia, a little bit slow here. So I took the vehicle outside of the airport, So they have asked me first, but luckily during that time, I saw a few of the foreign athletes also was in the vehicle, while we are going the same vehicles, going to city of Perth, but I'm not recognized either they're from North America or from United States of America, or maybe the European people, European athletes. I can identify them because some of them are speaking a very different language, but I'm sure that they all are participants in their World Masters meet in Perth. So the first year, they just want to know that you are athletes. If you are athletes, please show your what you call that, the permissions card. But unfortunately during that time we have not yet. We haven't got yet because the organizers didn't prepare yet. So I I just told them that I'm Malaysian and coming as athletes to participate in World Masters Meet Athletic held in Perth. And easy for them, to allow me to, ride the vehicles, until to, and they are really helping people. So once you arrive in Perth, they trying to, to assist you which place you want to go, which hotels. But I have no idea during that time. I just told them just try by myself. Once I going down there in the city, so maybe I can ask many people, in that city to assist me to find the location I should go. So very wonderful actually when arrived in the city of Perth. And of course for those, first times coming, so you can imagine actually how modernized that city, and looks very different, but not really as big as Kuala Lumpur. But if you compare to the city of Kinabalu, Perth I think much bigger than our city, much more clean, and really arranged. And talking about the building, of course the designs are quite different compared to our building here. So I'm on my own way, going to the city, searching the hotels. Like someone's called me, in that city. So I was trying to search where this sounds come from and the voice come from. And luckily one of them they're still able to recognize me, and they said Maulani, you just arrived? Yeah, I said I just arrived. So we actually all staying here. So could you show me where you're going to the hotel? So they just told me to go there, not far from there. But even they just pointing to the one of the destination. But it's hard to find there until someone's to meet until to the hotel. Just walking, I think less than 10 minutes by foot. It's quite simple hotel, not actually the hotel, but it's just the hostels way 4 persons accommodated in one room. And I was sharing with the Taiwan, if I'm not mistaken, the Taiwanese, they are traveler actually. Just stayed 1 or 2 nights, and the next day they already gone. I don't know, maybe they have to travel to another place. And then after a few days, the one newcomer coming and stay with me also. We have to share the room. I think the rooms it's quite small, so, and have 4 beds. Until 3 to 4 days before we finish the competition, I left alone only in that room, and no more people coming to share with me. But the rest for the hostel still the same. So we have just paid around 120 ringgit a night, 110 ringgit a night, if I'm not mistaken. The rate is quite small. It's quite small, not small actually. It's big. Imagine if you extend your day of staying within 10 days. It costs me around 1,000 something. It's quite expensive also. That's why I've told my friends that if any customer is willing to assist me, I feel very proud to go. So on the first day arrived in the city of Perth, we just thought that we have to go to the venue to collect our cremation card. So everyone's have to bring their own actually the photo, but actually the photo is provided by the organizer. You have to go to the the stadium. They just get your photo there, and that cup will be provided immediately by using the on machine. So everything is already settled, but one of the biggest problems actually, I don't want to tell them actually during that time that I got injury. For me, the injury is hard for me to compete. That's very makes me upset. But because I need to go also to feel the view of the city, I forgot my injury. The left knee, actually the ankle is injured already before I'm leaving, going to Perth. I don't want to cancel the vacation. I want to experience the events, how hard, how severe the painful I suffering, but I need to go join the another contender from over the world, because that competition will gather more than 100 over countries from over the world. That's why I really want to go. So I've decided I have to participate in 100 and 200 meter running sprint events. In fact, my ankles quite pain, very difficult for me. Even jogging also, I can feel that how severe pain, at that point. But what to do? Because I already participate. You have already paid and participated in that competition, and you was there also for what you have to cancel your participation. So the only one, you have to try. I have to try. So while doing the warm-up session, and at the side of the field, not far enough from the track venue, lots of the athletes can doing the warm-up session at the side of the field. So Comfort also running on the grass, and they have a little flat floor, and you can make a sprint there. So, but unfortunately I cannot do sprint during that time. Even jogging, while I'm jogging, once it jerks my knees, I can feel how severe pain. Until I feel that I want to quit from the competitions, but I told myself that I don't want to quit from the competition, because that's a big chance for you, to just compete with the world contender. Some of them may be the Olympian former, ex-Olympic former, but to get the certificates, you have to run. You have to finish the distance from the beginning until to the finishing lines. That's the condition. I've told by them that if you intend to collect the certificate, you have to finish the distance. Imagine, so for 100 meters, I'm running so pain, but I can't finish them. I just run, I think less than 10 meters, and I stop. It's quite pain. You cannot walk all sprints further, so I just quit from the race and took out my facilities, back to the rooms immediately. So the 200-meter events will be held another 2 days. You can rest actually for the next race. So I was thinking that this time, so I don't want to quit. If I quit from the race, not finish the distance, and then I lost the certificate, I bring back nothing. So I just told myself I have to finish the distance, even how pain I have to suffer, during the run. I have to finish that. So for the 2 days, took rest at rooms. It's very hard for me because the weather temperature in Perth is quite cold. Everyone was complaining that very cold. So I heard that maybe around 5 degrees Celsius. It's quite cold. Even I use double sweater, and during the sleeping time, I used it's quite thick blanket also, but I still can feel how cold. If you're going out there, also you can sustain, stay a long time outside. So it's really hard until I found myself looks so terrible. You can see from my face, how cold that flesh. I'm getting fever also when night times, a little bit hot for me to sleep, hot for me to go walk. But luckily recovered before the competitions, the 200 meter. But I got a little bit fever and flu also. But I told myself I have to try. If not, you miss the certificate and bring nothing back to Malaysia. The only one, I have to finish the distance. So when the time comes, on the final 200 meter, so I just told myself I have to finish. I have to try personal runs, compete with all the contender. If I'm not mistaken, they are contender, running during that times. The Australians from Puerto Rico, also England, and not mistaken, the US also. They are not really good, but some of them they're able to run maybe 20, 24, 25 seconds in the 200 meter. But luckily, I able to finish the distance and 50 meters before reach the finishing line. So all the defense, clapping the hand, give a good support. I really do not know the Australian spin, really sporting. All of them, clapping their hand to support me, to to encourage me to finish the distance. Imagine, my time in a 200 meter, 51 seconds looks quite slow because of the pain I suffering. And finally, I finished the 200 meter. When I quit from the track venue, I felt really hard to walk because of severe pain of my ankle. I took all my belongings and back immediately to my room and feel very hard also to wake up because of fever and flu. That's really cold actually in Perth. This is a very sad story also for me, because participated with injuries and was struggling by cold. It's really cold until I'm getting fever and getting flu also, and I feel more wrinkles on my face. I feel really struggling during that time, but I feel grateful to the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because everything is over already, and all my friends also really supporting. We just have around 20 number of Malaysian participant during that time. So all of them are really understanding also until we finish the competition. So we are back on Malaysia after 10 days. That is actually the stories I was experiencing. Participated in World Masters Athletic Meets held in city of Perth, Western Australia. Hopefully I able to come back again to that city. I love to walk roaming rounds in the city, especially at night time. But you only want to have to prepare because in that place when you're going during school time, of course it's very hard for you not to sleep. Even the Australian people also said it's hard for them, but they already adapt with that kind of station. Okay, that's the story. Thanks to all because watching me this video. Hopefully we have to meet again. Hopefully we can meet again. Thanks for watching. So hence this story with wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.